Hi guys, my name's Zach, rental manager here at Steamboat Sports. I'm here to talk to you about the different boots we offer for our guests. All right guys, here's examples of all the different models of boots we carry in our store. First off, we have the Dabello Vantage. The Vantage is going to be the widest fitting boot inside, the largest volume for larger ankles, wider calves, wider feet. It's going to be the most comfortable, most voluminous spaced boot we have available for rent. Next up, we have the All Track. The All Track is going to be our highest performance, narrowest fitting boot we have available. Next up, we have our Speed and our Evo. Both of these boots are going to fit very similar. They're going to be a medium volume and fit right in between these two options for width. All of the boots we offer come in different colors for both men and women and from different generations and years, but they all follow those same fit rules of wide, narrow, and medium volume. When checking the length of someone's foot, we use a specific sizing system called the Mondo scale. So for each of our guests, we will take one of these foot sizers, make sure to get an accurate measurement of the length of their foot within our specific Mondo scale sizing. When sizing a guest's foot, it's very important to have them stand up with their heel all the way into the back of the foot sizer, and then have them lean forward out over their toe to get an accurate length of their foot. You can tell here that his big toe and longest toes are coming right to a 28, so that's going to be the Mondo scale size that we start with for fit. Once we've determined the correct Mondo scale size of the fit of the inside of the boot for our guest, we've taken a visual inspection of their foot and determined which of our three widths looks most appropriate as a starting point. Then we're going to assist the guests with putting on the boot. First, we unbuckle all the buckles, turn them to the side so that they stay unclasped, undo the Velcro strap at the top, and then we're going to help the guest by opening the boot up as much as possible to allow them to slide their foot inside as easy as possible. When assisting guests with putting the boot on, it's very helpful to help pull up on this tongue as they step their foot inside the boot. Allow the plastic to stretch out, allow them to get their foot all the way inside. And then we want to additionally help them with that buckling, starting at the bottom with those first two buckles, then continuing upwards until we're cinched up snug. Once we have the guests trying on our first boot selection, it's very important that we ask them a lot of questions about the fit to ensure that we've selected the right boot for them. I like to start by asking the guests if their toes are touching the front of the boot, or if they feel curled up in the front of the boot, or if they feel like they have a lot of space and they're wiggling. This can be a good initial gauge on whether we've determined the correct Mondo scale length for the fit inside. After we've determined that we have the correct length, I like to ask the guests to attempt to lift their heel up and down inside the boot. Ideally, we want the snuggest fit possible without causing any major discomfort. If the guest is able to move their heel up and down, we need to consider going for a smaller volume to get more retention. If the guest feels like it's very uncomfortable around their ankles or the sides of their feet, they have lots of pressure, we need to look for a larger volume boot to accommodate some of that additional space. A few of our rental boot models have an included walk mode on the heel. It's very important to show the guests that these switches are flipped down into ski mode whenever they are going to be skiing on the mountain in the boots. Some of our guests will require a snugger, tighter, higher performance fit, whereas other guests may prefer a slightly looser, maybe more comfortable fit. It's very important that we find the correct fit for each foot to prevent any additional injury and or discomfort, but it's also very important that we are as accommodating for the guests as possible, allow them to try on as many boots as we have available to allow them to pick which boot is going to be best for them. Thank you guys so much for sticking along and listening about our ski boot rentals we have available this season. Ski boots can be very uncomfortable if not fit correctly, so it is very important that you take the time to fit each and every one of our guests to the best of your ability.